Hello there, and welcome to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. Only it's just Debbie today. Okay, so remember that because I'm going to need your help. You need to fill up the phone lines. Jerry has a prior commitment that he could not reschedule, so he's probably listening to us as he's driving there. So Jerry, if you're listening, we miss you. Come back tomorrow. But until then, we're going to go ahead and have this live show because we count on it. We count on you, our listeners. So welcome to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie and you. This is where we take a fresh look at ourselves and the world around us. And today we're introducing a topic that we think you can definitely add something to. You can weigh in with your experience. So I'm going to give you the number before I share with you the topic and then right after. And then I need you to fill up the phone lines because Ryan Penny is waiting to answer your call. The number to dial is 833-288-EWTN. You see how easy you can remember that? 833-288-3986. And I'll read to you exactly what we wrote on take2show.com. We titled it, Thank God for ... The last year has been one of the most challenging years for just about all of us. Fortunately, times like these can bring out the best in people. Is there someone who has been there for you during this last year of the pandemic, shutdowns, lockdowns, loss of jobs, family separated, etc.? Well, this is your chance to honor that special someone who's been there for you during the past year when we've all felt isolated on our islands, alone, abandoned. Who was that special hero that stepped up, maybe called you every day, checked in with you, prayed with you, started a Bible study? I've heard that Bible studies were just, sprouting up all over the United States. That's awesome. How about Zoom calls? That's a big thing. Everybody's doing those Zoom, FaceTime and everything, and all those video chats. It's great. Who was that special person in your life this past year that you really counted on, you depended on? They were your lifeline during this time when we all felt alone. We want you to honor that person. Now, when you call in, share that person's first name because we're going to enter them into the Take Two prayer book. Remember, we pray for the living and the deceased, okay? And so we want to honor that person with prayer. So give that first name and maybe tell a little bit about how special that person is in your life, especially during this past year of the pandemic. And we want to celebrate that person with you. So here's the number again. Now, go ahead, fill up the phone lines. Guys, you can't leave me alone on this, okay? How embarrassing would it be if Jerry later today calls me and says, so Debbie, how'd the show go by yourself? And I'd say, Jerry, I was talking to myself the whole hour. That wouldn't be right. And for 6 years, you have filled up the phone lines. So help me out today because Jerry is not with us today, just for today. He'll be back tomorrow. So I need your company. Here's the number. 1-833-288-3986. That's 833-288-3986. And you can start off when after Ryan talks to you, you get to listen live. You'll be waiting on hold. You'll jump right into the conversation, and you can start off with thank God for Mary, or thank God for Joe, or thank God for Susie, or thank God for Sam. They were there for me when I felt completely alone. That's what we want to hear today on Take Two. Michael Birchfield is at the controls. He can cut me off anytime. He could say, Debbie, that's enough. Okay, enough talking about this subject. We got to move on to the next show. Dr. Ray is up next. No, Michael wouldn't do that. He's going to let me have the full hour with you, dear listeners. And we've got Jeff Burson on social media. So YouTube and Facebook, waving to you guys. I'm all alone on the camera here today. So you can see my whole, look at my, the cross over my right shoulder. That's actually like 12 or 13 crosses all put together in one big cross. Isn't that cool? I got that at at a store, and they were going to actually get rid of it. And it was behind the counter on the ground. And I said to the lady at the desk, I said, "What are you going to do with that extraordinary cross?" She says, "We're going to get rid of it." I said, "Can I buy it?" And she said, "Yeah." So there you go. Now it's made its way, worldwide. Look at that. And that's unfortunate, though, folks. Think about that. This beautiful cross, piece, this sculpture of all the crosses, and they were just going to get rid of it. That really bothers me. You would have thought maybe they would have given it to some of the employees or something. Says, "Anybody Christian here? Would you like to take this cross?" But no. Anyway, that's just my little side story. But some people have asked what's behind me. I also have Our Lady of Guadalupe. Got to have Our Lady of Guadalupe right behind me, and a beautiful picture of her. And yeah, so that's what that's all about. So that you get to see that up close sometimes, because Jerry and I share the screen. And sometimes I get messages all the time that says, "Debbie, I can't see what's behind you." Well, that's what's behind me. Okay, so thank God for ... Okay, that is what we're talking about today. The ... is that special person, that hero, that friend, that family member, that person that you just totally relied on, you leaned on for the entire last year and also into this year. Let's face it, it's still going. So the number to dial to be on the show with me, Jerry is probably listening. Hello, Jerry. Drive safely. 833-288-3986. Oh, look at the Take Two family. Michael, aren't you so proud? Michael's seeing this as well. And so is Ryan, because Ryan's answering the calls. We got full phone lines. You guys are awesome. You are our family. We love you so very, very much. By the way, a big shout out to our friends at The Rock in Cleveland. It's the second day of their Spirit Drive, and we are hitting all the goals. You guys are amazing. And I know that there are pledge drives happening all around the country. So if your Catholic radio station comes to you and says, "We're listener supported," it's the spring pledge drive or share-a-thon or fund drive or spirit drive, please generously give. Okay, and pass on the message to your friends and family members that pledge drives are happening, because we need Catholic radio now more than ever. So just a shout out to all the wonderful work that all the affiliates are doing around the country. You guys are awesome. And people are showing up. People are pledging. It's a beautiful thing. We are a big, gigantic family, and we are growing. Number to get on to the show is 833-288-3986. You finish the sentence. Thank God for... Who's that special person? We'll be right back.
Brand new to EWTN Radio, Mother Angelica answering the call.
I mean, that's awesome.
Father Joseph Mary Wolf and Doug Keck mine decades of viewer phone calls answered by Mother Angelica.
We have another call. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what is your question?
A special preview of Mother Angelica answering the call is coming to EWTN Friday afternoon, 3 Eastern, on EWTN Radio.
Christ is the answer, with Father John Riccardo.
I repeat, I'm sure ad nauseum to the guys who are here, a line from Pope Benedict Emeritus now, who used to say over and over again, to be a Christian is not the result of an ethical choice, but the result of an event, an encounter, a meeting with the living God in the person of Jesus Christ. This and nothing less is what it means to be a Christian. So we said the new evangelization is new in ardor. That's a kind of old-fashioned word. What in the world is ardor? Ardor is zeal, fervor, passion. Are you passionate about Jesus? Passionate about Jesus. Are you zealous for Jesus? Are you fervent for Jesus? Are we fervent for the gospel? Are we passionate about helping this world come to know him?
I just love the Take Two family. Full phone lines. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Keep calling, because I need a very robust discussion today, because Jerry is not here today. He'll be back tomorrow. Okay, so just real quickly before we get to the phones, and first up is Marianne, our friend Marianne from New Jersey, and then William and the others. So hang on. I just have to highlight this item because this is huge, folks. Listen up. It's the National Life Rosary. These are made with Italian wood beads, and I just wanted to describe it to you. This is made exclusively for EWTN by the premier Italian rosary maker, Girelli. And let me just share something about this. It's in collaboration with a Canadian sculptor, Timothy Schmaltz, and it's oval Italian wood beads. They're strung on a brown nylon cord. There's a single solitary round gold metal bead with diamond effects. It's positioned beautifully in the middle of the first three Hail Mary beads and represents the gift of life. It's surrounded and protected by the Mother and the Father, Mary and Joseph. The unique centerpiece and crucifix are both miniature representations of large sculptures created by figurative artist Timothy Schmaltz. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Timothy, but they'll get to see it when they order this beautiful rosary. And it represents the reality that all life is sacred and begins at conception. It's a National Life Rosary, folks. You got to get this. A portion of the artist's proceeds will be donated to the pro-life movement. Okay? It's a win-win, guys. It's donated to pro-life. You get the rosary. It's available right now at EWTNRC.com, and you get free standard shipping, online orders, $75 or more in the continental U.S. And so all you got to do is use the code free at checkout. So got to get this Italian National Life Rosary. Got to get it. It's made exclusively for EWTN. Please pick it up today on EWTNRC. As a matter of fact, go to EWTNRC.com. Pick up a lot of things. Okay, just pick up the rosary. Pick up Trustful Surrender, our book. Pick up other gifts. I picked up baby gifts for someone that just had a baby recently. Guys, it's great. Check out EWTNRC every day because there's new things all the time and they got new deals. It's just wonderful. And you're supporting the ministry, the Catholic ministry, and that's a good thing. Okay, so to the phones we shall go, and we're going to Marianne, our friend in Belmar, New Jersey. First-time caller. She's on Facebook. We're waving to you. Hi, Marianne. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I wanted to give a shout out to the person. Thank God for this person. She's the moderator of our book club, Inspired by Faith, and I'd like to give a shout out to Gigi. She has been so wonderful on the book club, and she has really filled a space in my heart, and I so appreciate it. And I so appreciate all the members. Everyone is just wonderful on the group. So she really deserves it.
Marianne, you're going to make me cry. I can't argue with a word that you said. She's amazing. You're absolutely correct. Gigi, over 300, I think we're up to 330 members. Okay, when Gigi first started, she said, I'll be grateful for 30 members. And there's over 330. See how God works, Marianne? And she does work every single day. Come rain, come shine, come snow, anything in New Jersey. She is posting inspirational quotes and messages and articles for us. And the books are amazing.
And I think they are. And I think that she's amazing when she puts her inspiration on Facebook, and it helps. I know it helps me. I know it helps everyone else. And then we all get talking to each other on that page. It's just been wonderful, and I think it's really helped me, and I'm sure everyone else. But she's very special, very gifted.
Well, you're absolutely correct. And with that, Marianne, let's invite more folks to join Inspired by Faith Book and Fellowship Club. All you have to do is go to standtalltoday.com and you click on the book tab and you can join this Facebook group. We're a growing group. It is fun. Marianne, I'm telling you, I couldn't add a syllable, couldn't take away a syllable. You were spot on about the love and the warmth and the ministry work that Gigi does for us. We're blessed to have her. We want to keep her, and we want to grow the ministry. Right, Marianne?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Debbie. And you and Jerry are wonderful, too. And I so appreciate your ministry as well.
Oh, thank you. We love you back. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that you finished the sentence. You thank God for Gigi. Absolutely. Thank you, Marianne. God bless you. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Bless. You too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. You know, speaking of Marianne, which I always talk about the name Marianne because I love the name Marianne. Why? It's the Blessed Mother and her mother, right? I always feel that folks that are named Marianne are very, very fortunate. And I just want to do a shout out. I agree with Marianne about Gigi, absolutely. And Michael on the break asked me, well, who are you grateful for? And I hope she's listening. She's probably not. She's probably getting ready to be with her grandkids. But I'm grateful to my sister, Marianne, because she was with me the entire year. We talked every day, sharing news headlines and articles and stuff. And so I really felt like I could get through the pandemic, checking in with her pretty much every day or every other day. And that was a good thing. So a shout out to my sister, Marianne. She's part of the birth family of where I was born. She's the oldest, and I'm the youngest. We're the bookends. It's kind of interesting. We're 11 years apart, but we're super close. Isn't that fun? Okay, William is up next in Hayesville, North Carolina, listening on Sirius XM 130. Is a first-time caller. William, I feel so honored. You called in first time because you probably felt sorry for me that I was alone today, right?
No way. I just wanted to call and, give that special thanks to my mentor, Mark March. He used to be our Grand Knight for the Knights of Columbus, 14087 in Andrews, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And he was just so much support during the whole COVID lockdown and everything else, just continuing to inspire us to reach out for our brothers, taking care of our parish families and our own families. He would daily call me or weekly, whatever he could, and make sure that I was okay personally, and continued to help me to build my relationship with Christ even when the churches were closed. I'm so blessed. He was very inspirational to me in becoming devoted more and more to our Blessed Mother. And I just wanted to make sure that, everybody knew that Mark March done such great things during this pandemic.
Wow, that is a beautiful tribute. Now, did you say, I want to just make sure I heard it correctly, you said Mark?
Yes, Mark.
Okay. And his rank in the Knights?
He was the Grand Knight, but after he had to move home to Iowa, and when he stepped down, I actually took his position. So
wow.
He's one of our faithful ex-Grand Knights, and we're very blessed to have had him.
I want to thank you so very much for calling in and highlighting the Knights of Columbus, because I think that we need to hear more of that. My husband's a fourth degree Knight. Jerry is a fourth degree Knight. I love the Knights of Columbus. And to hear you speak about Mark the way you just did, it is so beautiful to see the brotherhood, how you're taking care of one another and deepening your faith life and your love for Mary. That is really an honor. William, that was an awesome call and an awesome tribute to Mark. He's very lucky to have you as a friend.
Well, thank you for allowing us to have this opportunity to really talk about those special individuals.
Yes, absolutely. And the whole world knows them now. So that's a good thing. And maybe Mark is listening. So Mark, William did you great honor. This was beautiful. So thank you, William. Okay, now you can get on with the rest of your day. Thank you. God bless you. Beautiful call there. Beautiful. Okay, we have an open phone line for you if you'd like to honor that special someone that was there for you during the pandemic, the lockdowns, all the things that kept us away from one another. Who brought you closer, let you feel that community sense? So many of us felt like our communities were just gone, right? We didn't, it was a weird feeling, and it happened overnight, didn't it? It happened overnight. All of a sudden we woke up, we're like, what happened? And we're still living living it. It's like the Twilight Zone. But you know what? We had those special people that just kind of were there, and they are our heroes of the day. 833-288-3986. You finish the sentence, and we will go to Kathy. Kathy is in, I hope I get it right, Foxborough, Massachusetts, Station of the Cross, first-time caller. Did I get your city right, Kathy?
That's correct.
Okay. How are you?
Yeah, I am a first-time caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, dear. I am a first-time caller.
Thank you. Go right ahead. Who do you want to honor, Kathy?
My son Jonathan, he filled the bill when I heard what you were describing. He was there for me in a time when I had some big changes in my life, and he's trying to make some big decisions with his life. He'd like to have his own child, and I would pray that God would reveal that this is the right person for him. So I just wanted to, I guess I feel like I was in the middle of his decision-making process. So I also heard you mention prayer. So I thought to myself, maybe I'll mention him for prayer.
Well, Kathy, he sounds like an incredible son. And Jonathan, you've been entered into our book. We will surround you with prayers. If Jonathan, if you're listening, make sure you remember that your guardian angel is right beside you, helping you in enlightening your mind, illuminating your mind, and strengthening your will. You know, the guardian angel's work is just beautiful. And so, if you tap into that your guardian angel has this special job given only by God Himself, it helps along the way. So, Jonathan, if you're listening, your guardian angel's there. If you're not listening, we're going to be praying for you, and your mom, I'm sure, will tell you that the whole Take Two family is praying for you. And Kathy, I just wanted to say you're very blessed, because over the last year, I've actually heard many sad stories of sons and daughters that did not show up for their parents. They weren't there checking on their parents. And for you to honor your son like that, that is pretty special.
Well, it meant a lot. I have two other children. They weren't as devoted. But I think he feels like I would have his best interest at heart with the decisions he's making. So I think we helped each other. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. You make a great team.
But I was very, I was very, the timing was everything when I heard your ad, and I could relate to all your feelings. So I said, I'm obeying God.
Oh. Well, thank you, Kathy. And you didn't leave me alone, because it does, Jerry and I chose to do the show together because we wanted that interaction, that constant conversation and interaction. And so, when you start, and so thank you for being part of this great conversation that we're having and honoring your son, Jonathan. We'll always remember him. My dear, dear friend, her son is named Jonathan as well. So I'll always remember your Jonathan, Kathy.
Well, thank you so much. My daughter also had a baby December 31st. So
Nice.
it's her second child. Her first is only 20 months older. So
oh, wow.
I want to raise her husband up, too, because he's been in the background. They don't get noticed as well.
Right. Would you like to add any of their first names? I'll add them all to the book.
Sure, Bill Pothier. He's
Bill. Okay. And your daughter?
Is Sarah. I want to raise Bill up more than Sarah. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Bill is there. Okay. You got it, Kathy. Kathy, you know what I did? I put your whole family in. There you go.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So sweet.
Oh, you're welcome, Kathy. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for listening on the Station of the Cross. We're going to be doing, Jerry and I will be doing their pledge drive next week. So we're looking for a big pledge drive next week. So keep that in mind. Maybe pass the word on to all your friends, okay?
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Kathy. God bless you. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you. What a beautiful call. What a sweet soul. She's a great mom. She loves her son, Jonathan. I think that is so cool. Okay, so we have an open phone line. Kathy just released that line for somebody to jump right in at 833-288-3986. You'll have to go quickly, though, because you want to honor that person. Thank God for ... Give us a name, and we'll put them in the book because we pray round the clock. Actually, Gigi, if you want to go ahead and post something on Facebook right now in the Inspired by Faith Book Club, why don't you share one of your pictures of your rosaries that you carry 24 hours a day, that you're praying constantly for the Take Two intentions. And so we can prove, not that we have to, but prove to our listeners that we're praying round the clock. People all around the country, all around the world are praying for the Take Two family and EWTN, the bigger family, which is great. Okay, so we only have you're going to hear the music in just about a few seconds. We have social media coming in pretty quickly. I'm going to try to get to that as well. That's why it takes two of us to do this show, because there's a lot coming in. And also the calls. We have full phone lines here at Take Two. If you'd like to join us, you just have to dial 833-288-3986. That's the number to call to be on air with me today on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. We're thanking those special people in our life that really got us through the pandemic, right? We need those people, and we want to honor them.
This is Tracy Sable from EWTN News Nightly.
This is Raymond Arroyo, host of The World Over.
This is Jeanette DeMello from Register Radio.
Get trusted Catholic news every day on EWTN television and radio.
I'm Raymond Arroyo with Mother Angelica, A Remarkable Life. In the year 1943, young Rita Rizzo, Mother Angelica, was suffering from such terrible stomach maladies, she braved a blizzard to come here, to the home of Rhoda Wise. Now, Miss Wise was a local mystic in Canton, Ohio, and a purported healer. She greeted Rita at the door, brought her into her bedroom, and sat her in this chair. Now, Miss Wise contended our Lord sat in this chair mystically when they visited from time to time. She didn't touch Rita. She didn't pray over her. She just handed her novena to St. Therese of the Child Jesus and told her to pray that prayer. 9 days later, young Rita's stomach symptoms vanished, and thus began a lifelong love affair with God and untold works. Stay with EWTN as we celebrate the life and legacy of Mother Angelica.
EWTN, helping people grow in their love and understanding of God.
When I get up in the morning, I turn the radio on, listen to the Mass, listen to the early shows. When I transition to my automobile, I flip it over on my iPhone, then start listening to it on the web. And then when I get in the car, I actually listen to it all the way to work. When I get to work, I actually even listen to it online when I'm sitting at my desk. I just love EWTN.
EWTN. Live truth. Live Catholic.
Tomorrow on More to Life, Rage Monkey.
Are you dealing with anger or struggling with an angry person? We're going to help you find peace.
That's tomorrow on More to Life. Now back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
You finish the sentence today. I'm just thanking God for that special person. Give us the name. That's what we're talking about today, who got us through the pandemic, the last year. And we're talking about that special person that just comes to mind and is in your heart that you're so grateful for. The number to dial to get on the show with me, to talk with me today, okay, not just to leave a comment, is 833-288-3986. Now, if you want to leave a comment in that special person's name, you can do it in a variety of ways. How about this? You could text us. You text the letters EWTN to 55000. Now wait for a response and then put your name in, how you're listening, and then put that special someone, okay? That's the way to text us. You can email us, okay? You ready for the email? It comes right to Jerry and me, okay? Right to us. Take2@EWTN.com. Super easy. Take2 EWTN.com. You can also go on Facebook or YouTube and make a comment there. Jeff Burson is so fast. I don't know how he does it. It's like lightning speed, but I'm waving to you right now. It's just me. So make some comments there and I'll get to them. We're going to read everything. Okay. And we're going to put everybody in the book. We may not be able to, I should say, I may not be able to comment on everybody in your emails because there's a lot happening. We got full phone lines and I'm trying to get to as many calls as possible. So let's go back to the phones. Vivian's been waiting so patiently and she's in Plano, Texas. I love Plano, Texas, Vivian, by the way. I have a dear friend that lives there. Guadalupe Radio Network is the way you're listening. Hi, Vivian.
Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? It was so nice to talk to you. Yeah, I want to thank God for a very special person in my life, and that is my spiritual director, Mrs. Veronica Cago. She has a son that is a priest also. She's been there for me since the pandemic. It's not just the pandemic, somebody I can call to anytime in the middle of the night. And the great thing about her, my spiritual director, is her listening skills. And she's always, when things are happening, when I call her about issues, she always tries to throw a question back to me. It's like, think about this. Do you always asking me, do you know what God is trying to tell you? And each time she throws back the question to me in any situation I'm facing, like, do you see what God is trying to play or tell you? And she's always right, and she's just so amazing. She's woman of grace, she's so calm. I'm like, I don't know how to put her in my life, just her prayers, just her virtue of humility, her advice, just always taking me back to God. What is my purpose? And each day I think about this. It's like sometimes every time when I go through, it's not just the pandemic, the way you deal with your children. Like right now, I have 5 grandkids. My daughter just had twins. Sometimes I'm so overwhelmed with family issues, with God, with the people and families, and just I call her. She's always like directing me to God, to the Bible, to like, what would you do in such situation? And that is just so amazing. She means so much to me.
It is.
My
it is,
spiritual
Vivian.
director.
Yes, Vivian, a spiritual director is just an amazing addition to your faith walk, to your spiritual life for many reasons that you just stated. Vivian, what is her name again, please?
Veronica Cago.
Gotcha. And
Veronica Cago, Mrs. Like Cargo, Veronica.
Gotcha. Right. Perfect. And Vivian.
She has a priest son too, Father Cago.
Okay. And Vivian, I put you in the book as well, and your family, because you just said you have twin grandbabies. Is that correct?
Yeah. She had them on. This is their first baby. She had them on 3/12 of this year. So they just turned 5 weeks now, a boy and a girl. This is her first baby.
Wow.
So,
and everybody's doing well?
Yes. Put us in your prayer, myself and my children and my grandchildren.
You got it. I put everybody, Vivian. You are a precious soul. Now, let me just comment on spiritual direction. I was a spiritual director for many years. Spiritual directors, and what you said is that means she's a really, really good spiritual director, because she's asking the right questions. She's asking you questions to bring you back focused on God, everything is a deepening of your faith life, a better understanding of discernment and prayer. So you're blessed, Vivian. I'd hold on to her because there's a lot of people around the United States trying to find good spiritual directors, and you've got one right there.
Debbie, you know what? I'm not surprised you are too, because you all have the same tone of talking to people.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and you live in a beautiful part of the country. I love Plano, Texas. Like I said, I have a dear friend there, but I have other friends there as well. And God bless you, Vivian. Please.
I wish you can come see us when you get here.
Well, it's kind of interesting you're saying that. And I can share more as it gets closer. But my husband and I will be doing a talk right outside of Dallas, so I'll keep you posted on Take Two when we do the show as it gets closer. But that'll be coming up in September. So who knows? Maybe we could go out for a quick lunch or something.
Oh, so let us know, please. Thank you so much.
You got it, Vivian. Take care. God bless you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was a beautiful call. I'm having so much fun today, but I do want Jerry back. Okay, I'll be honest. I do want Jerry back because it's Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. It's not just Take Two with Debbie or Take Two with Jerry, but I am having a lot of fun today. I am just telling you. Okay, Mary is up next. And Mary, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your town. You're going to have to do it, but you're in Michigan. Ave Maria Radio is the way you're listening, and you're a first-time caller. Can you pronounce your town for us?
I sure can. It is Wyandotte, Michigan.
Wyandotte. Cool. Like wine, like kind of like in a, like drinking wine. So Wyandotte.
Correct. But it's actually named after the Wyandotte Indians.
Nice. Oh, I love that.
Yes.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mary, and thank you for listening to Ave Maria Radio, and thank you for being a first-time caller. So who do you want to honor?
I would like to thank God. First off, for my husband, he suffered from COVID for 25 days. He was in the hospital. He was in ICU for 21, and then he was in on a regular floor after that. And he had an absolute spiritual journey while he was in. He took all of his suffering that he had because they were going to put him on a ventilator twice. And he was just so thankful for that time that he had in because he had this beautiful spiritual journey. But while he was in, our family and friends were so supportive and checking in on us. I am thankful for them as well. And then our pastor, Father John Hedges from St. Stephen's Church in Huron, Michigan, Boston, was wonderful. I am so thankful for him that he entered our life about 25 years ago. And he continued saying masses every single day. And he said, it is my job as a priest to say mass every day. Wow. I do not lock the church doors. And while I am saying mass, people are still there, then people are in the church. I can't kick them out. So I am so thankful for him. But another person that I'm very thankful for is Christine Lakovic. She lost her husband very suddenly last year. He was a professor at Sacred Heart Seminary here in metropolitan Detroit. And he died very suddenly last year. And ever since he has passed away, and before then, she has always been like our spiritual guide, and she'll send. We have a little email that we all, or text messaging that we all follow. And every day she'll send like a little spiritual journey. And, through the election, she sent us things. And with the COVID lockdown, she sent us things, keep hope, say the rosary, and had started a rosary group that we meet on. There's 2 groups on Wednesdays and Thursdays we meet for rosary. And I am so thankful for her because she has helped me to enrich my life and the lives of so many others, even with the burden of the cross that she bears. She's a true reflection of our faith.
Wow. And
thank you for...
Yeah, no, thank you, Mary. I'm writing in the book as quickly as I possibly can. Did you share your husband's first name? Because I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I don't know. My husband's first name is John.
John. Okay. Wow, what an ordeal he went through. But to have that. But to have that great spiritual kind of an enlightenment and a change, that's amazing. What a story, Mary. And I put everybody.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I put you in the book as well. We need to do more of what you just did, Mary. Okay, what you just did is you looked around you and you highlighted and you recognized those that really kind of just they rose up, they made it through. They were an inspiration to all of us. And that's amazing. We need to do more conversations like this. Because are you noticing it, Mary? Because I am. When you turn on the news, we don't hear anything like this. All we hear is
no.
It's all
the
I
COVID
hate
numbers and
deaths
or and whatever.
Right. Or division, right? We hear I hate you, you hate
Correct.
me. It's all this hate.
Right.
We need to do more love, right?
Exactly. I
Mm-hmm.
agree with you 100%. And it's funny because we are not watching television anymore. My husband, while he was in the hospital, did not watch 1 hour of television the 25 days he was in. And now his rosary beads are much smaller now because he was saying his rosary and doing podcasts and listening to EWTN and Ave Maria Radio via podcast from his phone. But the television was like the last thing that went on. Thanks, Katie. But we also have noticed that instead of the sad television shows that they have on, I would love to do some type of a special about the beautiful brides that I have met through St. Stephen's and through St. Stanislaus Kostka Church that truly took their vocation of becoming a bride and a wife. Truly, these girls went to both the bride and grooms went to confession beforehand. They went on a spiritual journey. Mm-hmm. We don't hear about that at all. We hear about bridezillas and we hear about 90-day fiancés and all these other crazy things. It'd be so nice if these positive Catholic families were highlighted. And don't seem to be, and it's sad. So I appreciate the comments that you shared with me as well.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's why we do this platform. This is where the faithful speak, and we wanted this. This is very unique in radio and in Catholic radio especially. It's very unique. And so for 6 years, you guys have been just taking it to great heights. And so thank you. So you sent the thank you to me. I'm sending the thank you right back to you, Mary. God bless you. And you're in the Take Two family prayer book. So thank you for your great call today. Real quickly, I've got to get to YouTube because I'm getting text messages saying, Debbie, when are you going to read Facebook and YouTube? Here I go. I'm going to put on my New Jersey fast speed. Okay. William says, when it first started, a friend drove from DC to pick me up in North Carolina to stay with them and their daughter. It was such a blessing. That's beautiful. Denise says, I want to acknowledge my Bible study group that continued to study through Zoom sessions. I would especially like to have prayers for the study director, Kristen, who was there for all of us. Well, Kristen, way to go. That's a great Bible study leader. Good job, Kristen. Michael says, I want to say to my neighbors, Bob and Delia, who are always there for my brother and I. That's beautiful. It's great to have good neighbors that are right there that you can lean on. I have a neighbor that is so cool like that. It's awesome. Shannon says, my employers helped me through the pandemic last year. I was able to still work all three of my jobs. Am I reading that correctly, Jeff? Jeff, you better check that, Jeff. 3 jobs? Okay, Shannon, 3 jobs, and was able to help others that needed my help. Okay, folks, we need to pray that Shannon, Jeff just confirmed it. It's 3 jobs. Shannon, we are going to pray that you have your guardian angel helps you with all those 3 jobs. That's a lot to carry, Shannon, and we will pray that you have the strength and endurance and just the mental clarity and everything and the rest. You need rest too, Shannon. We'll pray for that for you. Nora's coming up next on Facebook and YouTube, but I've got to get back to the phones because. Well, you know what? Let me do something real quick before I do that. Real quick. Alex, hold on. Don't move. I'm going to go fast. Conversations with Consequences. It's Saturday, 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern on EWTN Radio. Dr. Grazie Christie. Did I say that right, Michael? Grazie Christie. Okay. I can't go that fast, you guys. I just can't. And her team talk with the leading thinkers of our time about the topics that matter to our audience. Just check it out. It's a great, great program. Conversations with Consequences. It's Saturday, 7 a.m. And 5 p.m. Eastern. I think I said it right. Gracie Christie. Okay. Somebody confirm that for me. I have to have a whole show team around me to help me. Takes many of us to do this. Okay, we're going back to the phones. Alex in Coppersville, Texas, listening on our friends at Armor of God Radio. Hi, Alex. Thanks for waiting and welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me, Debbie, and send my regards to Jerry. I believe he's cool. Too bad I didn't have a chance to tell that to his face, but so he could hear it, but you could pass that down.
I will.
I want to be thankful, firstly, to my wife, who actually, she's one of the most positive, persons and that I actually had in my life. She always finds the silver lining on everything. First, shout out to her. And her name is Mari. And the second is just a group of people that I have in my life. Every week, every Sunday, we actually have a Zoom meeting. And they're very special because we listen to each other. And they were actually praying for me when I went to the Samson retreat in New Jersey this past month in March. And it was very rewarding. Now, going to that one, Mr. Mark Houck, he was very influential in me having been able to make it over there. So shout out to him. He lives in Pennsylvania. He's actually the director for the Samson retreat over there for a group of men, that actually to build their spirituality over there. And I was very grateful for that. And also shout out to all the people in EWTN and radio because I always keep it on all the time, and it is very encouraging for me. Now that right now my kids are not in the faith anymore. They're adults, so I cannot really have control over that. I just let God, he's a bigger father than I am. And also, I'm grateful that even through the difficult times, the pandemic and my mom being in Puerto Rico, bedridden due to a major stroke, I wasn't able to actually see her this past few months because of all the travel restrictions. And I'm grateful that she's out of the hospital now because she actually caught an infection being bedridden and everything. So I have several things to be thankful for. But, like I said, my wife, she always helps me to see the silver lining on everything. I have this group of guys, I don't know if I could mention like at least a few of their other names, but that keep me positive and, staying focused on God and staying positive.
Beautiful. Well, Alex, you said your mom who had the stroke. Can you give us her first name?
Yeah, her first name is Rafaela, like the Hebrew, Raphael, but Rafaela.
Rafaela, okay. Perfect. And we will be praying that she, continues to make a full recovery. And also, Alex, what I did, because I was writing and I couldn't go that fast. So what I did is I put all the names. No, you're fine. It's me. I'm getting older, Alex. I'm getting older. Okay. So here's what I did. I put all of them down that you said, all the groups. And every time you mentioned, I put the subject and I put you there. I put your mom and I even put a star next to your wife, your beautiful wife. Okay.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I'll send your regards to Jerry. And thank you for listening on Armor of God Radio. And Alex, that was really special. You have a lot of love in your heart and a lot of gratitude. And that goes a long way, because people do a lot of gratitude journals and stuff. And you just actually did that right now with us. And that just goes to show the love you have. And about you said your kids, just again, your guardian angel. Ask them to go to their guardian angels and you watch what happens. It's in God's timing, Alex. We're all kind of, well, not all of us. A lot of us are in the same boat as you are with our kids and grandkids, and it's tough. But that's why we wrote that book, Trustful Surrender, for that reason. But Alex, we trust that God's got it covered. You know, we do our part in prayer, and God's got our kids covered. So I just wanted to give you a little kind of peace and hope there as we finish this conversation. But call again, okay, Alex?
Indeed. Thank you so much, man, and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. Look at Texas go. We got everybody calling in from Texas. Okay, I'm going to go back to the YouTube and Facebook because Nora says, I'm grateful for Ave Maria Radio because this led me to listen. Oh, Nora, I didn't even pay you to say this. This is awesome. Because it led me to Take Two, and from there to be inspired by the Inspired by Faith book club. Gigi is the most amazing person. She keeps us going and has been a great blessing for me. I've met amazing people in the club: Amanda, PD, Renee, Timoteo, Marianne, Ken, Mary Alice. The list just keeps growing. I'm so thankful and blessed to have them in my life. Love you all. Wow. That is beautiful. What a beautiful statement of gratitude and love for the group. Thank you, Nora. Sam says, I think the wisdom and no nonsense advice of Dr. Anthony Fauci has been what has got me through this pandemic. I feel with him leading the science and God leading my spiritual life, I will be okay after this is over. So there's a shout out to Dr. Anthony Fauci. Okay. Let me see if there's anyone else. Poor Jeff. I shouldn't say poor Jeff. He's excellent at it, but poor Jeff is writing like crazy or pasting, copying and pasting everything. Good job, Jeff Burson. You are amazing. And look at Ryan go on the phones and Michael's got the controls. So I am covered. Okay, let's go to, I hope it's Carolyn in listening on Ave Maria Radio. First time caller from White Lake, Michigan. We have a couple minutes. Did I get your first name right? Is it Carolyn?
It's Carolyn.
Carolyn, I love it. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Who do you want to honor today?
I might get a little teary-eyed, just so you know, but I want to thank my grandparents, Kathy and Gary, for being with me through this whole pandemic, making sure I'm okay mentally, taking me to church, introducing me to the Legions of Mary, because now I'm a sister of the Legions of Mary, which has really helped me. Mm-hmm. And they recently had passed away, but my grandmother said that no matter what, her and my grandfather would always be with me, and that really helped me too.
Wow. Okay, so and it's okay to get emotional. That shows the love in your heart for your grandparents. So, Carolyn, you're a beautiful granddaughter. You're the granddaughter we all dream about. Okay, so seriously, sweetheart. So that is so beautiful. So now, if I heard you correctly, did you say your grandmother passed away?
Both of them, my grandfather and my grandmother.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Can you give me their first names again?
Gary and Kathy.
Gary and Kathy. Okay. So you do know, Carolyn, that your grandparents are alive now more than ever in Christ. You know that, right?
Yes, I do. I know that they're happy. I'm the one that's suffering down here.
Well, yes. But when you go to Mass, and heaven and earth touch, okay, during Mass, at the celebration of the Eucharist, okay, you are super close to your grandparents, okay, super close. And it's a beautiful thing. And that's what I hold on to. That's what I think about all the time when I think about my dad. Okay, I think about that all the time. So I hope that brings you some comfort, sweetheart. And we put everybody in the book, including yourself. Okay, stay well, stay safe, and thank you. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. Marie and Dave and the others and everybody coming in on Facebook and YouTube, we're just not going to get to you, but I'm going to mark everything down and put it in the book. And a lot of you are thanking EWTN for the help and the lifeline that they have been to all of us, and they continue to do for us. Absolutely. Thank you, Mother Angelica, for starting this wonderful network. Okay, folks, tomorrow is our monthly All About Relationships show, and Jerry will be back. And we'll revisit this topic again because it was very, very popular. Until tomorrow, have a beautiful and blessed day. St. Joseph, please pray for us.
Dr. Ray Guarendi, making your parenting more fit, making your kids have less fits, and making your husband wear clothes that fit.